Hello everybody, Zyvox here, and today we're going to talk about fertilizing and lime. So let's get started. Now the first step in fertilizing and lime is to check to see if your field actually needs it. So we're talking about fertilizing first. So if you go to the map, I own field 21, and you check how the map looks, and you can see how it's like this brownish color. We're in soil composition right now, and if this was fertilized, it would be like a light blue or like even a dark blue. The second way of looking is if you just look at the field itself and you look at the bottom right, you can see at the bottom where it says fertilized, it's at 0%. So that's a great way to start. Now let's go to the equipment. There are a lot of different ways to fertilize your field. You have liquid fertilizer, you have solid fertilizer, you have slurry tanks, you have manure spreaders. We're not going to do those today. We're going to keep it nice and simple, and we're going to stick in one category, which is under the fertilizer technology, under the tools. Normally, I would say if you were just fertilizing, that this is all you would need. You just use this one, fertilize your field, set your helper to go, and you're good to go. But today we're doing lime and fertilizing. So the K105 is what you're going to need. So this one does both lime and fertilizing at the same time. I would suggest getting the spreading disc on this as well. It gives you a little bit extra reach, and maybe you need the extension if you don't have the helper on where it buys its own supply. So this is what I would get. Now you need something to fill it with, which if you go into objects, you go into big bags, and then you go into solid fertilizer big bag, and then you buy that. And just like it, when you're filling up a planter, you go up to the side of it, you hit your refill button, and you are good to go. Now I'm going to meet you at the field. Now we're at our field, and I have myself semi lined up. We're going to unfold. Probably line up to the edge would be a good idea. Hit the B button, and what I like to do is just hire a worker, and he's going to do all the work for us. And now if you pay attention, you can see the field. You can actually see it getting done as we're going. See how it's one side's darker and the other side's lighter? That's how you can tell visually if your field is being fertilized. If I jump out, you can actually see it too as well. So it's at 0% here, and it's at 50% here. So I'm gonna let him run for a little bit, and then I'm gonna let the field grow, and then I'm gonna show you the next step. There are some things you need to know about it as you're doing it. First of all, the first step when you're doing it, you're supposed to do it after harvest. After you get done harvesting, then you do your first layer, because it goes in twos. There's only 2 steps to fertilizing. The second step is after you plant and the first growth cycle, and then you fertilize, which I'm going to show you here in a second. Field 22 is actually ready, so I went ahead and bought field 22. If you look at the map, you can see how it's a light blue. That means it needs one more coat of fertilizer and it'll be ready to go. And visually, if you get out, you can look, it's at 50%. So just get back in the tractor, you're lining yourself up. You can either just hire a worker or just turn it on. I'm just going to hire a worker, and there we go. That's the last coat of fertilizer that you need to do for your field, and that gets you 50%. You can actually see visually that the field behind me is a little bit darker. Okay, next we're going to talk about lime. Now we're here to talk about lime. So it's very important to notice that this is a lime icon, and if the object you're trying to use does not have the lime icon, it's not going to work. So I already have the K105, so that's what we're going to use today. We're going to go ahead and pick up some lime, which is in the big bags, and under lime, there's a lime bag. Go ahead and buy that. First of all, we need to unload the fertilizer that we have inside the equipment we're using right now. So I'm going ahead and use my unload button. It's going to put out a little pallet. It's already unloaded, and then you go to the lime and you load it up as if it was seed or fertilizer. And there you go. If you look at the bottom right, you can see that it now carries lime and it's filling up. There we go. That's all we need to get started. I'm going to meet you at the field. I'm going to finish up the rest of the video. We're at our field now, and if you look at the map, you can now see we're at field 10 and it needs lime. Also, if you get out of the vehicle and you look down, you can see at the bottom right, it also says it needs lime. So we're going to do just like fertilizing, get back into the tractor. We're going to line ourselves up and hire a worker. He's going to extend the equipment. There we go. And that is lime. Lime will add 15% on yield to your crop. Lime only needs to be applied every 3 harvests. Plus, with fertilizing, you should get 65% plus to your yield. I forgot to mention, after you lime, that's it. You just need to spread the lime like I'm doing right now, and then you go back to your normal cycle, which is cultivating, fertilizing, planting, and then harvesting, and then you wait another 3 cycles, then you lime again. Okay, so I want to thank everybody for watching. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button, and you have a nice day.